We'll now move on to the second section of our press conference, embargoed for 10:30 p.m. tonight. Samuel.
Erik, is there maybe not a concern on your part that with Christian falling out injured, and if you don't bring anyone in, that leaves you short and that could jeopardise the success you could have this season?
It's of course it's a concern, but there's things you have to deal with it. You can't do nothing for it, and so you can set a squad. But if in January is dropping out in this moment, Donny for the rest of the season, Christian Erikson for the coming part of the season. And then also Scott McTominay is not available, and I think also for the coming week, 2 weeks, maybe even longer. So that means we have a challenge there. The squad have a challenge, but we have quality players there. It's also obvious, but in the depth is not that good anymore. But we as a team, we have to deal with that.
Would you encourage the board to push for a late deal at all before the deadline?
But I think I said from day one, when there are opportunities, we will do, and that is also for every hour we have still. If there are opportunities, we have to act. But also, it's so difficult. I think we all around in football that on the last day is not likely to bring the right player in. You can probably have a player, but it has also it must be a player who can have an impact. Otherwise, it's better to leave it.
Chris.
Hi, Erik. Just on Erikson again. Having had a chance to look back at what happened, what's your view of the tackle that injured him and the fact that he wasn't booked for it? Obviously, he was sent off after that, but for 2 other challenges. What's your take now on what happened on Saturday and the fact that he wasn't even booked for it?
Yeah, I'm disappointed about that. That I think football has to set limits, restrictions, that you protect the players. I think what football wants is the best players be available on the pitch, and this is a tackle, and the 2 tackles after they don't belong on the football pitch, because it's a highly risk to injure your colleague. So I think it's worse, and so I'm wondering about that. But for instance, wondering more when we in Crystal Palace, when there's an elbow on Martínez, and the kick for a free. I don't even know if it was a whistle for a free kick. But no one is interfering then. I'm wondering about such things, because it's a risk of injury for the player.
Neil.
Just in terms of Nottingham Forest, you're already 3-0 ahead. You've played very strong teams in the Cup. Do you play a very strong team for this as well, even though you've got such a great advantage?
It's good that you make that question. I think we are talking about Forest here, but I don't hear one. Very good. Good question. But therefore we are here. We are playing a semi-final, and we have a perfect chance to go to Wembley and to bring a trophy in. And therefore we have to focus, and therefore we have to gather the energy. Therefore we have to gather the good game plan for tomorrow. I think it's all about that, and you have to do it with the players who are available. And that is a strong team tomorrow. What will come on? I think we are in the momentum. We have to keep the process going from the momentum. So we want to develop this team further on, and we want to make tomorrow next step, and we are approaching a real good team, because before us, the games before, they are in a really good run, and we have to be aware of that. At Nottingham Forest, they have a good team, they have a real good depth in the squad, so they can from that depth they can bring up a good team. They can do things different, and we have to be prepared for that. It's all about that.
James.
Erik, just on Andy Carroll again. There were so many reckless challenges from him in that game. Do you think he was deliberately trying to hurt your players?
I think just I make my view about my vision about. I think it was quite clear what I think, what my thoughts were.
Rob.
Just in midfield and the options, Lisandro Martínez has obviously played at the centre half most of the season, but could he play in midfield if you were short of options? Is that a job that you think he's capable of doing?
He did it before, so there's also one thing. What me as a manager, you have to be creative in such situations when in other departments where we have players who are who can be start 11 players, but because I can only play one player in that position, so we can maybe move in departments and be creative to form the team.
Last question, David.
Just back on transfers, Erik. I know you said you have to work within financial frameworks, but last week you said if it was up to you, you'd bring someone in. How frustrating is it for you that that's probably not going to happen? And do you see that as a missed opportunity to strengthen because you can't do it beyond tomorrow, beyond today?
I think as a manager, I think you always try to find and to make your team better. And I wouldn't be a good manager if I didn't make the request, and if I and to put it in. If there are opportunities, it's my job in the club to tell the club there are opportunities to strengthen our squad and our team. But yeah, it's about them. So about financial frameworks. So what is acceptable, and what is reasonable, and what not, and what do we need to fulfill our ambitions, and always we have to also follow it out and matching. Does it match with our policy? Does it match with our strategy and the phase we are in?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.